cash.
Finding a place and locking them in. WNBA is about to begin. Gotta trust the process if you wanna win, cause Just Cash is back. You better tell your friends when Angel Reese walks in a bar with Asia Wilson and Caitlin Clark. These bookies don't know where to start. We be killing them all, tearing them apart. They can't mess with us, they can't mess with you. And I'm never gonna cuss cause I love you too. Hit thumbs up if you want good luck. Girls thinking that we fresh and they wanna We be winning the bets and they be rolling up. By far we the best, you ain't good enough. Ain't a damn thing funny, man, you know what's up. You wanna win some money, it's time to lock in, bruh.
Lock in, lock in, lock in.
Lock in, bruh.
Lock in, lock in.
Shelton comes in. That's a great rebound. It's a hard
Lock in, bruh.
And here's we got another.
Lock in.
Hey, yeah.
What up, man?
Yay!
What up?
All the kids are happy. He's back.
I hope so. I would hope so. We are back, fam. What's going on? It's a little bit of Just Cash. Here to talk some WNBA and joined as always with Underrated. What's good, man? How are you?
I'm pretty good, man. We just keep finding plays and keep stacking our accounts up. I mean, how bad could you be? You can't be bad. You could only be good. So here we are, being good and winning money. How about you?
Doing pretty well, honestly. Felt great about this weekend and felt even better yesterday. We saw that overnight, both of our initial plays that we had ended up bumping, so no surprise there. Big Sims, we were talking about, likely going back down to 2.5 assists, which she pretty much stayed there, on the few sites that had her, and then Prizepicks also leveled that out, and Underdog followed too. So great value at 4 assists, and then Olivia Miles ended up moving to 21.5 PA. So hopefully you guys were able to lock that in with us. If you got a little bit of early value, make sure to hit that like button down below, or if you want some money over the weekend, hit it and be a part of the Discord. Come check it out. Links down below. Still running the 7-day free trial, so make sure you guys hop in there and check it out. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn the noties on so you don't miss out whenever we do go live.
Yeah, you got that down.
Alrighty.
You got that down, E, that whole intro, man. You've done this before. C-Dot's here too, E.
Couple times. What's good, man?
Hey, C-Dot says, let's effing go. I don't cuss anymore because I love YouTube. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord, and Big 2 is here as well. You may know him as Big Bezos. You may know him as Big Sophie. You might know him as Too Legit to Quit. But he is the same pimp. That same
what's
pimp.
good, man? What's going
And
on?
man, we've had a
Love to
great
see
start
it.
to the season, bro. Great start. Let's continue. I'm liking those plays on the list too.
Oh yeah, it's been a phenomenal start, and gotta tip my hat also behind the scenes action. You guys were part of the Discord yesterday. We woke up to a massive sweep, a big 6-0. Shout out to Underrated, killing it in the Asian baseball.
Thanks, E.
Killing
But
it.
guess what? It was 7-0. I want all my flowers. 7. We had the under first 5 too.
Was it?
Don't forget that, E.
Oh. That's right. Hey, sorry, I was just looking at your recap that you wrote. You had 6-0. Oh, you did have 7-0. Okay, my bad.
I said 6 to Coach because I knew Coach could only play 6. E, come on, E, get with it. Woo! Let's go.
All right, I was a little groggy whenever I first woke up, but saw all the green check marks, and much appreciated, dude. And that's just some of the stuff that we got going on behind the scenes. Also, just shout out Big DZ real fast. Looks like we had a sweep in soccer as well.
Woo, DZ.
Yes, sir.
Beast.
Nuking some soccer.
Yeah.
Love it, man. Absolutely beast. So looking good. Up a lot of units right now to start off our week, and you couldn't ask for anything better, especially with being off yesterday. That's even better for us overall. So I love it. And if you guys want to be a part of it, again, come check it out. We're still running our season pass as well now for WNBA and get a one-stop shop for that. And 7-day free trials, no commitment. Okay.
Big Two says he wants money lines, totals, and spreads though today. He says don't skip out on that. And QD's here as well. Big QD says, "What's good, boys? What's up, bro? Good to see you."
Hey, what's up, man? That's good. Yeah, we can talk a little bit of, I guess, money line spreads and all that good stuff. Typically we don't play a whole lot of that, so I know Big Goofball's asking for his own personals, but we'll play a little every once in a while. Now, I will say, I think two potential over totals, would definitely be in consideration, this Atlanta and Dallas game. And then looking ahead at least a little bit more towards Wednesday, but I do like this Indiana and Sparks game. Both these teams are playing at a really high pace right now. Something in the mix between those two, I think, would make a lot of sense. I know Bet365 has been a little bit better with the alt totals and stuff like that, so we'll check that out. They didn't have anything up exactly earlier for this game, so can't speak on that behalf. But
I see it. I see it.
Oh,
Props builder over 172.5 for the Fever. And over 168.5 for the Atlanta-Dallas game. And we get minus 145.
Oh, yeah. That's nice. I'm
telling you, bro, these two pickers with these alt totals on this props builder, boy, they got the value, man.
I like it. That's an easy little 2-pick there. So that one's definitely not bad. I mean, we're getting really good discount on both of those. Not mad at that in the slightest.
Dude, 12 points. 12 points is so nice.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And especially if you can just play them as a 2-pick, that makes things a lot easier. Okay, so let's look at a couple teams. I will say Phoenix at home looks pretty interesting. I mean, Minnesota were able to hold their own in that first game, but going to be a little bit more difficult. Phoenix crowd definitely likes to get up and the altitude change and all that good stuff. But I do think Phoenix is still the better team. We're asking a lot out of Minnesota just in general. Now, we got a lot of faith in Big Olivia today, which we'll talk about here in a second. But I do think the dub goes to the Mercury. And honestly, I mean, we're getting really, really good odds for this. Minus 230. This is normally closer to like a 1.5, 2.5 point spread, not a 5.5 point spread. So that's really generous. I mean, you see by comparison, this takes a bit of a tick off here. So I think we're getting good odds on that, honestly. Don't mind that. Don't even mind the minus 5.5. I could totally see him picking up 8, 9, 10 points here for a victory. I love New York today. Their lines and odds just keep getting worse and worse. So this was like minus 800 something yesterday. Spread move up to 13.5 now, full point up from yesterday. But I do think New York easily picks up the dub here. I mean, Portland looked okay, but they're going to get a nice little reality check this game. And this should be a much easier matchup for New York. Now,
I don't see the Laney under 3.53s on the list. What happened to that?
Oh, did we not add that?
Not on the list. I know we put it in the Discord, but I mean, we might as well, right? It's a nice little smack-a-doodle. Because remember, we played it with the New York money line. It was minus 118, I think.
Yes. Yeah, we definitely need to get that up there.
Okay, I'll throw that on there.
I completely forgot about that.
Okay.
And what a steal. Laney being at 3.5, 3-point made, complete error line that was on Props Builder. So hopefully you guys got a little something on that. If y'all are unsure what Props Builder is, make sure to hit us up. We'll kind of steer you in the right direction and help you out with that as best we can. Nice little offshore site though, and sometimes they have stuff like this where that was an absolute error. The line should be only at 1.5, not 3.5.
Yeah, the thing is about Props Builder, bro, it's huge. They have a lot of stuff going in because it's not on all the offshore sites, but it's like the offshore site go-to for props. And every site like Bovada, Bet Online, all those sites. There's a couple more that are legit sites, and yeah, man, you can find a lot of cool stuff there. So yeah, jump in the Discord if you guys aren't, man. There's some stuff in there, man. I've been dropping some bombs from there, and I mean, it pays for your year in like 1 second. So hey, if you want to get in on that, come on down. Q Donkey says Natasha Howard under points. I'll take a look at that too.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough spot for Howard. Honestly, I don't mind it just because we really haven't seen her play her normal allotment of minutes, but she is going to have some kind of, you flash in the pans here and there. Much tougher matchup going up against Alyssa Thomas and Bonner, likes of either one of those. Now, I would be a little bit worried about her three-point shooting, just kind of being sporadic. I know this last game we only saw 1-3 from her, but that is something she can, kind of chuck up a few from time to time. But her minutes, I mean, I know she fouled out. I still am not completely sold as far as her being a 30-plus minute person. Now, I do think she plays more minutes than what we saw from Indiana last year. So, I mean, that is a bit of a drawback on that regard. But, I mean, the rebounding, I think is probably her best upside. And the free throws, also keep that in the back of your head. She'll get to the line a few times here and there. But, going 0-4 last game, pretty terrible. I don't expect anything great out of her here by any stretch. And if the game does blow out, I mean, for sure she's going to the bench early. I don't think there's any doubt about that. What did she do against them last year? I'm pretty sure it was quite underwhelming. Yeah. Again, with the minutes being a little bit of a different situation, but you can see very unproductive. The rebounds a little bit good for her, but scoring overall, not so much. I don't mind it. We're still just kind of treading in that unknown territory of there's not that many options on Minnesota at all. And Dorka also still being out is kind of problematic. But I don't mind it.
And her name's Dorka.
Dorka. Well, he was talking about Howard, but yeah.
I know, you just said Dorka. It sounded funny.
Alrighty. Yeah, and if you guys got any comments, questions, make sure to throw them down there below. We'll get to everything thus far. Now, I know that they added a lot of props, at least on Prizepicks. I will go ahead, apologize in advance. There's nothing I can do about this, but for whatever reason, the desktop versions don't show any of the promos. They don't show any of the tacos, like none of that stuff right now. So as a placeholder, we're just using Alicia Gray here for her 12.5 taco discount, which I think is a phenomenal play. I mean, that should be quite easily attainable for us. But trying to find the pair for her a little bit more interesting. Now, we do have a lot of different options still available for us between either Mabry or you can take Olivia Miles. I believe they took down the PA alt, if I'm not mistaken. So let me double check that real fast. Is it? No? Okay, so it's still there. Getting a little bit slightly worse payout than what it was from yesterday, but you could still get it for 2.5x. So, you can play Mabry, you can play Miles there. I know we were kind of hoping to find maybe a full payout thing. Is that what we're thinking, or are we settling for maybe some alts here too?
Oh yeah, whatever works, man. Whatever is the best value, really, is what we want.
Okay. Well, at least we're gonna have this up on the board for a hot minute now, so we don't exactly have to rush this just yet. And we'll figure out something with that. If we don't post it up on here for sure, then we'll at least get something in the Discord for you guys at minimum. So, but I think we might be able to find a little something here today. All right.
I'm sure.
Well, let's keep it going. So, I mean, the Laney 3's under. We're just playing an error. That was pretty easy. Threw it together with New York money line. And then we talked about Miles. That usage rating looked great. I mean, her potential assists looked really, really solid. I think easily she's going to be able to pace with Courtney as far as that usage. But this matchup should see a lot of exposure to that mid-range shot, being able to slash and get into possible free throw territory. But she looked great. High minutes. Should be able to stay out there for a majority of the game. And anytime that we see some kind of a reduction from either Courtney Williams or Kayla McBride, she should soak up all that usage there. So Tough spot to score inside the paint, but should be much better from the perimeter. All right, we talked about Odyssey Sims 2. I think pretty self-explanatory about that. Let's talk about the Marina of Mabry's. Now, I will say, I do have quite a bit of interest in her full game line to her 17.5. I think is totally fair. But the 14.5, we're still getting one last little bit of great value out of it. So you can get it on any books for a solid 2 pick. And then on Underdog, she's a 0.74 as well. Now, this last game, we had a lot of high expectations for her, and she really came through in a big way for us, which I would say arguably probably was a more difficult matchup overall. Like Washington has, I think, a better just overall defense. But Seattle looked pretty terrible. They did not look good in that first game whatsoever. They got lit up from 3 and gave up a lot of scoring opportunity. Plus their pace this year, too, looked a little bit better. But, I mean, looking at Mabry from last game, and we had 18 field goal attempts and then 14 free throws. Yes, there will be some kind of leveling out for her overall, but I still think this is very, very normal to what we could be seeing from her on a night-to-night basis. You know, somewhere in that 15 to 20 field goal attempt range, no problem. The only other 2 people that she's competing with any kind of usage is Sykes being the next closest, and then a distant third with Nayara Sabally. And, I mean, you look at that all in all, Sabally had single digits, Fag Bentley had single digits, and Julie Allman, we already know she's not going to shoot the ball a whole lot to begin with. So now, I mean, should be a close game. Both of these teams look pretty bad on defense overall, but Mabry at the house for that kind of volume, yeah, I mean, sign me up for 15 or more points because I'm not fearing any of these players on the other side, whether it's Horston, Heidemann, or Johnson, whoever wants to cover her. Bring it on. I'm good with that.
Bring it on. Hey, did you say Prizepicks had Malonga at 24.5 or 23.5? I thought it was 23. Yeah, it's 24.5 now.
Brother, I knew they were going to bump that, man.
It's on Underdog the same. It's everywhere at 24.5 now. Every site I see.
Damn it. I knew it. We
All
should have
good.
just done it.
Nah. It's all good. We'll get the alt on Underdog and play it with a 2-pick tomorrow, and it'll be just fine. We'll get the 21.5 PR probably for 0.8 or something like that. We'll be all right.
Let me see if we got any. Did they already give that to us on Underdog?
It's 24.5. No,
Happy
there's no
about
alts yet, I don't think.
Man, I'm actually a little sad about that.
Don't be.
Not gonna lie.
Don't be. You're 10-1, and you have a Laney error just waiting to cash, and you went 6-0 in MPB. So there's no sadness to be had, sir.
I know, but that's still a little depressing. 'cause
You
that
want
was
your cake and
definitely-
eat it too, E? Spoiled.
I knew that bump was coming, man. I told
Yeah,
you. I knew it was
and
coming.
And it should. She should be 24.5.
Well, honestly, I mean, I still don't mind the 24.5. The scoring matchup for her is really, really phenomenal. So, I mean, I would still play the 14.5 points. I mean, honestly, I still don't mind the 24.5 PR, but it could come back down. It could definitely come back down from the 24.5. Because, I mean, you look at the individual lines, doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. At least over here on Prizepicks, I think they bring that back down. Her being at 9.5 rebounds is quite a bit high. I think that might be a bit of a stretch here. So if it levels out, we should see at least this come back down. And hopefully they bring this back down. But I got a feeling that it'll probably be just 24.5. Man, it sucks.
It doesn't. It doesn't suck at all.
That's okay. That is
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. You called it.
we'll
and
live.
we play. Yeah, we'll live. We called it and we play the outs. The outs. We'll play the alt. We're good to go.
But at least we did talk about it in the Discord. So hopefully you guys are around checking that out and getting in a little bit early value too. But let's keep on going. So Mabry, I think solid play. Don't mind the full game. Love the alt line. Easy to pick for, I mean, almost anything that you want to play with that. Alicia Gray, pretty much same situation here. Now, I know she was an unbelievably popular play across the board. Both her and Alana Smith, basically everyone and their moms playing it. I like Gray a lot. You know, I would say the debate that we were really having is is Alicia Gray in a better spot than Mabry for a slightly less payout situation, or Mabry being the better payout situation, I should say? Is it worth playing more exposure to one or the other? Because, I mean, you look at Atlanta, this is still a really loaded team. Like, let's not kid ourselves. The last game, we saw Reese really struggle in the first half. Ryan Howard was very, not having to be involved in the team as a whole. But I still like Alicia Gray. Even with her first half woes, she started the game like 0 of 5, 0 of 6, and still put up a hell of a show. Her second half scoring was unbelievable, and she was just able to go out and do her thing. So I would say that probably still something that should happen on a night-to-night basis, where Gray is still one of the 1A or 1B kind of players. Ryan Howard would be the next up to maybe take away a little bit of that usage and just overall production from her. But, I mean, you look at some of the other players like Naz Hillman, you're not scoring almost 20 points a single night. Like, that's not going to happen. Reese should pick up a little bit of her production. I think this game actually bodes extremely well for that regard. But best way to beat Dallas is from the mid-range and inside the paint. And I think on paper it looks best for Alicia Gray because the volume that we've seen over the first game, we know she can get to the free throw line and be an absolute menace in that aspect. So both of those look really, really good for this. And then if we see any kind of reduction from either of the bigs, that's just going to funnel out to the guards. So I like it. I like her playing against her former team too. She likes to get up for this matchup. And now with, Enrique possibly looking at her old self on the other side, she could really kind of, poke the bear, if you will, and those two going back and forth, taking a lot of three-point attempts wouldn't surprise me either.
E, did you know that you were the GOAT at WNBA props? Did you know that? Do you want to take that title, or are you too modest?
I am just but a mere humble servant trying to get some food out to the people, man.
Yay! If anyone wants some money, tailing this man, hit the like for us, guys. We're at 14 likes. We got 31 watching. I think we can get to 25 likes today, guys, with 31 watching. We appreciate you guys being here. And yes, that 10-1 run at the beginning of the title in this show here, the title says 10-1 run. That is no fabrication. That is truth. 10-1 we are so far, and let's keep it moving. E, what else we got? Oh, and Ayo pops in perfect time, and I was just thinking of Ayo when I said modest, because he always calls you E Modest Money, and there he is. He says he's a mere humble goat. We love E, and there he is. E Money forever. That's what's up, man. And appreciate you guys hitting the like too for us. We're at 17. It really helps us out. YouTube smacked us up earlier with the small creator thing they've been doing. And we're getting it back, though, guys. We're getting it back, and we really appreciate you guys. We got 35 in here watching now because of you guys hitting like for us. So thank you very much. It does help us a lot. We're at 18 likes now. E, that's very nice. And Q Donkey says, thoughts on either Gray or Ryan Howard 2-point made on Prizepicks. You're talking about the 2-point made thing. I was hating on it, and I will continue to hate on it. And C Dot says, SDA already bumped.
Yeah, we'll talk about STA here in just a second. The field goal stuff is interesting. Prizepicks is really loading up the categories right now. Interesting to see that we have, the attempts, not only overall field goal attempts, now we have 2-point attempts, we have 3-point attempts. This is something, I think from a case-by-case basis, these are good plays when they're great play, or they're great plays when they're good plays, but a lot of these are really trap plays. This is stuff that I think is kind of more filler, more for just having show on the board itself, like, oh, we have all this stuff going on. They're not bad. I mean, I think, honestly, Gray makes the most sense, at least from that aspect, but it's kind of hard too. I mean, look at her field goal made is at 6, and then her 2-point made is, what is it at? 3.5. Ooh, they bumped that down a little bit from earlier.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so that's
when he leans back and does this with his chin, guys. That means there's something might be playable. Might be playable. And 3-time 3257 is here and says, what's up, everyone? Happy Tuesday. Good luck. Appreciate the good vibes. 3-time. Good to see you, bro.
Yeah, they bumped that down, man. I think that is actually kind of interesting. 3.5 is really low.
Crazy low, bro. That is, bro. how many attempts did she have last game to get those 6? She was off. She was chucking threes. She was airballing. She's going to keep shooting, bro. 3.5. That's like an error. Was that QD who brought that up again? Does he just be finding these things? Did he say that? He said either Gray or Ryan. He did. QD. God dang it, man. That is. Why is it so low, E?
Yeah, that's
Wait a minute.
solid look.
Look at
I'm
Ryan
pretty sure
Howard.
This was 4.5 earlier, man.
Why is Ryan Howard 2.5? I mean, I know she chucks threes, but goodness me, 2.5. I guess Gray is better. Ryan does chuck threes way more.
Yeah.
Does
man,
this have to do with them just knowing that they're going to shoot a lot of threes today? Is that why it's so low? 3.5 sounds almost like an error. 3. I don't know. Doesn't it?
I mean, this is a really appealing line. I was pretty sure this was at 4.5 earlier, man.
Can you check Outlier? Does it show you?
Let's see.
Oh yeah, there it is. It says, doesn't it say 4 up there? Or am I looking at something wrong?
That's the rank.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, that's really, really tempting. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, that's really tempting. She does take a fair amount of threes, so I mean, we are kind of keeping that in the back of our head. But 2.5 is pretty low, or 3.5. Sorry.
What does it look like there? Do they have that? Do they have that there on Outlier? 2-point made? Oh, they do. What did it look like again? Sorry. Oh my gosh.
But 50%.
But look how it was later in the season. It looked like earlier she wasn't doing much. Oh, I guess that's only 50%. It looks like a lot of green. I guess there's those middle red bars
whatever's
there.
going on in here.
I guess it's a little bit trappy now that I think about it. She does chuck a lot of threes.
But that is a low line. I mean, I think that's a solid spot out there. That's a really low line. We'll just kind of throw this in a placeholder for now. I mean, I would be mad. I wouldn't be that mad if she missed and, she was going off from 3. That it is what it is. But, yeah, if you want to get some different exposure to her, I think this is a solid play. Because they even bumped up her field goal attempts. She was at 13.5 earlier, and she's at 14.5 now. So, I mean, they got that on up there. Yeah, 14.5. I mean, you're basically just asking for, less than half, essentially? I mean, 14.5, 15 attempts total. Let's say even if she goes half of it from 3, I mean, it still gives you, roughly 7-8 attempts, and we just need 50% of that.
Yeah. Well, she did take 8 threes in the first game, but she doesn't usually take that many threes.
Not usually. That's not exactly her forte. But if they need someone who's going to maybe get to the paint or get to the line a little bit more, I think those players are going to be likely Reese and Gray here. Because they do have a lot of three-point shooters. I mean, it's not like she's the only one.
Yeah, I mean 8's a lot. If you look at last year, she didn't take 8 threes, but 1, 2, 3, 4, about looks like 10 times maybe out of 40, something like that. So
yeah,
it's just about Dallas. Is Dallas going to give up? Is Dallas going to let her shoot the threes? I guess is the question. Man, I don't know. It felt really, really low, but the more we look into it, it doesn't feel as good.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's not a great play, but this does feel like there is some value here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that. Love the taco. I mean, that should be pretty easy. We were talking about this game yesterday, too. I know Odyssey Sims was one of the most popular play. That one and the Angel Reese rebounds, which, I mean, we already called. We knew this was going from 4.5 to 5. But I was quite surprised to see Odyssey go the opposite direction. I mean, she was 10.5 and even 11.5 points on some sites yesterday. Now she's all the way down to 9.5 points on most or the majority of the sites currently. So a little weird. They might have definitely laid a trap with this, but I will say Atlanta looked like they were, with that drop coverage, struggling a little bit with the kind of slash and mid-range guards. So she could see some production here, but I do have a sneaking suspicion this could be a Paige, let me remind you game, and being at the house helps out a little bit more. But they locked down Paige pretty bad last year, so I don't know if I'm necessarily sold on that, but the spacing that they have with the bigs now could help that out a little bit more.
Alicia Gray, don't do us wrong now, Alicia Gray. You can do it. I have faith in her. Until she lets us down again. We got a new season. She's let us down over the years a few different times. She just disappears, but I have faith. I think she's going to be having a better season this year with Big Angel there. I don't know why. I just feel like it.
I think so, man. The team looked really well together. I think it's still something that, early in the season, just team's going to ride the hot hands, and we'll see a couple players kind of change in and out of the lineup. But for the most part, I mean, their core guard situation, I think her and Howard probably the safest as far as their role on the team. We saw Canada, I know you brought this up, also with Canada split minutes with Pow off the bench. Angel Reese should be pretty well locked in right now, at least until Brianna Jones gets back. Then that could get a little bit muddier. But, those three players, I think, easily going to go out and play their minutes nightly. And Naz Hillman, as long as she's playing well, should be out there doing her thing. But, Grace should be realistically any kind of foul trouble. Barring any foul trouble, she should easily be out there 35 minutes a night. And that was something she had no problem with doing last year.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and also, for example, like this matchup, I mean, she averaged 37 minutes, 36.8. So she's going to be out there a majority of the game, like no doubt.
Yeah, man. We're going to have to go back to our fourth quarter plays, too. Remember we had our certain plays last year. We'll see if Reese turns into one of those 3.5 fourth quarter plays or not, but we had Hamby last year, every single game, pretty much. AT, pretty much. Like, we're going to find more of that live stuff, too. So, if you guys are into watching WNBA as a team, as a family, man, we definitely do a bunch of live betting, too, during the game. So, jump on in the Discord. We got Too Legit to Quit 12 in there helping us out with the live. And we all put our minds together and win some money. It's fun. Come on in.
Alrighty. Well, we got one last play at least to talk about from the list standpoint. Big Pauline, and she was 17.55 earlier. This was an interesting find. So we saw yesterday she had a variety of props and was up on a bunch of different sites, but waking up today, she was completely scrubbed from every site except for this one lone fantasy line that was still up on Underdog. Now, this one looked honestly very appealing for a variety of reasons. One, she's somebody who doesn't have a long track record in the league. She's a newer player. And we haven't really seen like long-term what that looks like. So the first game obviously was a blowout, spanked Connecticut. The whole team played reduced minutes. She also had 4 fouls, picked up a few early fouls, so she missed out on a little bit more of what the minutes could have been. But then last game we saw in a competitive environment, also again on the road. New York always has been able to play down to their opponents. Just kind of side note, mental note there. But on the road, in a close game, I mean, she went out and played 35 minutes, which is just unbelievable. So look at her in her role on the team. I mean, she's one of the dominant playmakers. Both her and Johannes really soaking that category up. Brianna Stewart a little bit behind that too, but we got a nice mixed bag shooter. I mean, she takes a couple threes, gets to the free throw line. We saw that in both games here. And then the defensive metrics also, I think, very live. This matchup bodes pretty well for that. I mean, Garden Carla and or Bridget, whichever one of those two, shouldn't be that bad. But the RA production, I think, along with the minutes, I mean, you give me at least 30 minutes out here. I mean, we saw the first game where basically she didn't have to do anything the entire second half. I mean, she only came up just shy of hitting that marker. And then we saw this last game. So give us some kind of middle ground between that, this 38.5 fantasy that she scored and the 16.4 before that. I think easily, man, she's going to go out here, play 28, 30 minutes, even if it blows out, give us 20 plus fantasy, no problem, and call it a day.
I like that, man. That's a good find. So her fantasy wasn't anywhere, and then you woke up this morning and it was all gone. All the other props were gone and just fantasy popped up? Or was fantasy already there?
I believe her fantasy line was added either late last night with the rest of them or first thing this morning. And then first thing this morning, all the books removed her props. So she was completely gone except for the one fantasy line. Because this is an instance where Prizepicks would normally kind of be leading the way in this, where they would already have the fantasy stuff out. And then they just completely walked away from it altogether, and Underdog just kind of left that on the back burner. So I think truly it's an oversight. It's not even supposed to be on the board.
Yeah, it seems like that, right? Because there's no lines for her anywhere.
No,
no. The intern forgot to delete it. And it's probably... Yeah. I don't know why they don't have lines, though. Were the lines extra low, like that fantasy line? Also, in comparison to how good she did in all those minutes?
I mean, personally, I think her line should be closer to, at least closer to 20.5. I mean, you look at Johannes, her lines are, 24.5? Let's see.
Speaking of her, they got her 2.5 assists. Looks interesting as well. I've been on that since yesterday. Might have to play that on Sleeper with that boost.
That's not bad. I mean, I know you were pretty high on the assists, and Bookie's kind of thinking the same thing about that.
Yeah.
But look at her fantasy. I mean, this was 11 points higher than Pauline, and I mean they're basically playing the exact same minutes. I mean, almost identical, and the team is still depleted on bodies. I mean, they're still missing a lot of players. You can see all these players are still out for them. And looking at last game, I mean, New York, for the last 2 games, they've run a really tight 9-player rotation, and the 9th player played 15 seconds. So we got a tight 8-player rotation. I mean, give me 30 minutes. I'm happy with whatever.
Yeah. No, it's super low. This is a great find, I think. I don't see my 80%, though. I'm just as dumb.
80% what?
Wet said there's an 80% any sport boost on Sleeper, and I don't see it on mine. Don't tell me they took my stuff off because they don't like me.
I'll have to check that out. See if we can find a little something on there. And just kind of put a little end cap on this. But I mean, you look at her production; she was still 20% usage rating overall. Love to see that. Field goal attempts just shy of 20%. That's cool. That's at least double digits. And then the rest of her metrics, I think the biggest thing, we saw the assist take a huge step forward, but she had almost a 44% assist rating last game, which is pretty massive, especially in fantasy terms where we're talking 1.5 per assist. That really adds up a lot here. So even if the scoring metrics come back down a little bit, man, I can see easily a game where we're having 10 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, get us there.
Yeah. No, we got to play that. That's crazy. And
the only other real backup that they could possibly have is truly just Julie Van Loo. And in a close game, she only played 13 minutes this last time. Played 22 before that in the blowout, but close game, only playing 13 minutes. She's a young buck, man. Give me that.
I see you, Torianzo here. He says, what's up? Nice to see you guys for a brand new season, like Johannes. First half, 7.5 points. What do you think about that? Johannes, 7.5 first half points.
I still like it. Personally, I got a sneaking suspicion this could be a bounce back game for JJ, but I think Johannes totally fine. The PRA could be there. We've seen that part of it be a little bit lackluster, but she's coming out firing early. I mean, she's taking a little bit of pressure off of Stewie having to take so many field goal attempts, and the obvious void that's being left with Laney not doing anything for the team right now is something that she's going to soak up. But just be wary of JJ. I do think she is going to cut into a little bit of production. Well, yeah, I mean, it's still a favorable line, especially considering her full game line got bumped up again. I'm not mad at that.
She's getting her chance again. She's been inconsistent in her career, but maybe she finds what she's been looking for this year. She's doing great to start the season. We're at 21 likes, E.
Let's go. You guys are amazing, seriously.
We got 4 more for the good luck today on all our bets, guys. 4 more likes. We can get it. All right. And if anyone has any other questions or comments or plays that you found that you like, and throw them in the chat, we will chat about them. Always love different people's ideas and stuff. Talk through them. What you thinking now?
Let's just kind of dig through a few more of these props, because I know that they just kind of keep adding a few more things here and there. Let's talk a little bit of game theory. Let's see if we got any kind of updates on our injury news. Nothing really important. Edward's still going to be out. Petty's still going to be out for tomorrow. Now, I do think this question mark for Fagbenley is a big reason why we ended up really seeing Malonga, her PR, bump up some. Now, it could bump back down for a variety of reasons, one of them being if we get news that Fagbenley is good to go, but her not being there is going to be a problem, and something that I think Malonga could really capitalize on. I mean, we saw in the first game, Kiki absolutely snapped off against Toronto. She went for, I should know this, just had this up a second ago. She went for like 16 rebounds. Was it 11, 16? 12 and 16. So 12 and 16, 12.16 boards. Shakira Austin went for 18 points, 11 boards. I mean, even look at the backup, Lauren Betts, unable to score, but she did pick up 5 rebounds in just 12 minutes. Now, going back to even the preseason stuff, I mean, Toronto right now kind of getting cooked inside the paint. I think this is something that could be problematic for them. They do have a fair amount of size between Sabley and Fagbenley, but take out Fagbenley here, and I mean, really, we just have Sabley kind of by herself on an island. Stephanie Dolson is going to take a fair amount of threes and or at least stand on the three-point line, so I don't think they can necessarily throw a lot of doubles at Malonga, but that PR line still, man, I think it's something at least to say we talked about. Maybe we'll get some kind of ults for that soon.
Yeah, dude. Hey, Logan9205, what's happening? New name here. Appreciate you, man. He says, you guys do lives every day? And I responded and said, what's up, bro? Yeah, almost every game. We pretty much hit the lives every game, depending on other things going on in life, but we pretty much watch the games together and look through the live props. And a lot of times, I don't know if you guys have done it much, but we did this a lot last year. The Prizepicks has live props as you go, not just second half props. And those have been real nice at times. So as long as you have your second play ready in your queue, once you find the value, pop, get that. And we'll post that, throw the link up there so you can get it in, hopefully. And yeah, man, that's how we run it. So join the Discord, come through. Like we are saying, you can do a 7-day free trial too, see if you like it, and pay $0 and leave after 7 days if you don't. And Sean says he's here. What's up, Sean? What's up, bro? I don't like your comment about too much AI in that intro, Sean, but that's okay. I'll let you get by with that.
Hey,
oh yeah, Logan,
what's up, man?
Come through, bro. Come chill. He says, really love that. Yeah, we have fun doing that. That's really been a good thing last year when a lot of the props were tough. As we went through the season, we made up for it with the live. But this year, new teams, whole new way to look at things. 10-1 to start the season. I think we're going to go through the entire season whooping some ass. So, yes, sir.
Sure, for sure. Absolutely. That's the plan, at least. That is the plan.
Oh, we will.
So I guess just kind of, thinking out loud thoughts here. I do have a lot of interest in player props for New York. Obviously with Pauline, that being one of them. But I will say also shout out, because we did get news that Raquel is going to be out, in fact, out for this game. It's going to leave kind of a skeleton crew for New York still. I mean, they're really depleted on, honestly, everything. But Stewie, again, has no true backup out there. It's essentially just going to be Becca Gardner, and then, as many minutes as Stewie can play. Her line's really getting taxed up there. I would have considered playing maybe the 20.5 points, but 22.5 is a little bit steep. The fantasy, fairly live. I could see her playing really well on the glass. I don't know if there's necessarily going to be a lot of block and steal upside. Essentially, the only real kind of person who's going to get in the paint for possible blocks was mostly Carla, a little bit of Emily. But the team takes a lot of threes. I mean, this team is going to put up quite a few beyond the arc shots. New York's just really high. I mean, we're coming off of a few games in a short turnaround. 13.5 point spread too is something on the road also to think about. Now, JJ probably first up, go to the bench early. Laney, same thing for her. Stewie should hang around for a little bit longer, and then SCA and Johannes will be out there for a little bit longer. So just kind of play smart. I wouldn't chase too many second half bets unless the game's, somehow New York is not up by a ton. Just be careful with the other players on the full game props because this one can get a little messy.
E, are we sweeping today? We got 24 likes. We only need one.
I think so. Honestly, I think so. Feeling pretty good about today, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, we got some good value. There's not a million plays, but we have definitely got some good value. That's for dang sure.
Feel good about it, honestly. Let's see. I feel like maybe there's something else from this Atlanta-Dallas game that we could definitely pick out from. Arike looked great that first game. Long term, I don't know if I can trust her. We've seen too much of that. Alana is in a pretty good spot here, or decent spot. It's just hard to trust her with fouls, man. That's something with her that's just been, keeps rearing its ugly head now and again. But her lines are low. She'll go out, shoot the three, maybe get the free throw line here and there. Jessica Shepard, I will say, very interesting spot for her today. She could see several blocks against Angel on the other side there. Has been really killing it in the RA department too, so I'm not that mad at her. At least fantasy line, I'll say the 28.5 fantasy felt pretty reasonable for this matchup. But yeah, man, this 3-4 headed monster that we got going on here with Dallas, it's really hard to trust these guards. I don't know, man. I don't know. And then let's take a little sneaky peek at tomorrow. So I will say, at least in some relevant news, Natasha Cloud is expected to make her Chicago debut. I do have a little bit of interest in maybe some Skylar Diggins under, maybe, sort of, maybe. How you feel about that?
Big Sky?
Yeah, with Cloud back in the mix now.
Yeah, you could do that, possibly. Cloud, we know how Cloud is. I don't know how they're going to play Cloud yet, but Logan says, right, as you're thinking?
Yeah.
It's hard to know. I do know when I looked at Diggins' potentials, they were up there. Something crazy, like 18 or something. So that scares me away a little. Logan says, what about Shepard assists? Now, she did have 9 assists, and I'll tell you a little secret, Logan. She had 9 assists, but what's crazy is she only had 9 potential assists. So keeping that in mind, it's kind of hard. And that's why she looks low on the books there at 4.5, because they probably know she had 9 potentials. So they're putting it on the lower side to get people to take the over there. She could definitely get 5, but just remember she had 9 potentials, which you can see on Props Madness now, which is amazing.
Yeah, I'd probably have a lot more interest if it was still at 3.5. I think 4 more is a pretty fair line for that. But do I think she can totally get 5 assists? Yeah, absolutely. But there is going to be a little bit of a dynamic shift, I think, once Paige starts getting a little bit more active as far as like her overall field goal attempts. Could take away some possible playmaking, some usage, but I'm not mad at it. This may be just not the typical matchup I would prefer to target. Normally, Atlanta has been really, really good at limiting assists to opposing teams. So, at least from last year, I would speak on this as probably more of a fade. But the usage for her should be still pretty strong. Pretty strong.
We got 25. Let's go, guys. 26.
Let's go.
Appreciate
You guys
you
are
guys.
amazing.
Yes. Logan says, thanks for the info. No problem, bro. That's why we're here. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate the comments. Appreciate the likes, everybody. Let's have a great season. Let's whoop the bookie's ass together. That's what it's all about.
That's the plan. That is the plan. Let's see. So tomorrow, obviously, we're going to talk about a little bit more of this stuff here in general. The Connecticut and Vegas game honestly could be a hard pass. I mean, it is in Connecticut, so maybe they can hang around here. But Vegas looked a little back and forth these last two games. Now getting some more repetition in, I think that is going to help out a massive amount, especially that first game. I mean, they just looked terrible for that one. But this could be a bloodbath for Connecticut. We'll stay tuned for that. Personally, I'm going to look out for Nisa Morrow props. I think her with Aaliyah Edwards being out right now is massive. They could be getting their point guard back too, so we'll keep an eye out for that. We should get that news later, hopefully today, but likely tomorrow sometime during the day. And then the other matchup, Golden State versus Chicago. I mean, this one is probably going to be a low and slow one. I think it's the lowest one on the slate, if I'm not mistaken, by like a large margin. Yeah, 166.5, and our next closest, Seattle and Toronto, kind of meeting that. Pretty low. Much lower than the 170s and 180s.
Now, I have a question for you since you're talking about totals again. Are we locking in this alt total for overs as an official play? Or are you worried and scared and want to just look for a while before we call them official?
The one for Props Builder? The PB?
Yes, sir. 168.5 Atlanta, Dallas. 172.5 Indy, Los Angeles Sparks. And we get minus 145. I think maybe we should check other sites to see if that's the best, but I think that's probably going to be close to the best odds we can get there. It's pretty nice. And they're having Olivia Miles conversations in the chat, which is good, man. Her goggles entice me. Sean says, you guys are going to help me win 10K on Underdog this season. That's what we are going to do, Sean. That's what we are going to do. If we can get some streaks going, MPB would come on with it. And if Underdog would come on with some all unders, we're going to figure it out regardless, though. So what do you think about the total? Should we throw it on there for a half unit? Or shall we pause and just watch it, see what happens? I'm cool with either one.
I do like it. I will say I'm quite confident in especially the Indiana and Sparks matchup. Last year, I mean, 3 out of the 4 games were able to go the distance pretty easily for the Atlanta matchup. They just had one game that was pretty mopey. They only put up 55 points. So I'm not really sure what happened in that particular game. But, I mean, the rest of them looked really solid. I think 165 plus should be easy marker. Just saying in general, not necessarily that's the line, but I think 160 plus 165 should be easy.
Okay, we'll just see what happens, and we won't make those official quite yet because we are just starting with those. But Just Fred 99, what's up, bro? He says plus money odds on Breanna Stewart 9 rebounds and JJ 10 rebounds, making betting double doubles unnecessary and foolish.
Plus money on both of them.
Betting into WNBA variance makes it just guessing.
Well, JJ at 9.5 rebounds seems really high.
Yeah, especially with that foul thing she's going on. But he does have a point. He says WNBA variance makes it seem like guessing, especially in the first games. You are not wrong, sir. We've just been doing it for so many years now that sometimes there are lines that are just off. So that's what we're looking at here in the first week or so. First 3 games, we did go 10-1. So we have to be happy about that. And it's a little bit more than just guessing when it comes to those type of games. But I feel what you're saying. I'm with you, bro. We try not to guess as much as possible. If it's going to be a guess, we're going to pass. Passing is winning around here. But I think all the plays we have on the list there are definitely some value. Long-term profit is what we want, and that is the plan. But welcome, man, and hopefully if you have any other plays, throw them up there. 28 likesy. We're doing good today. We appreciate you guys. I think we're back here. Let's keep it rolling, man.
Let's try and get a little something in at least for this taco. So again, I can't bring up the taco on the screen for whatever reason. Their web desktop version of Prizepicks is complete ass now, and it doesn't show you any of that. But we will at least use her as a placeholder so we can kind of see what our accurate odds are going to be. I will say I'm not too mad at least just some possible ideas here. I'm going to throw them out and tell me how you feel about it. But
Go for it.
24.5 per page felt pretty solid. I think there's a couple variety of things that we could do. You could plug like miles here for 2.4. Oh, this was a 2.7 earlier. They bumped that down. All right, scratch that. Still looking.
Okay.
Okay, so Stewie, potential option here. I do like the Page one as a whole. She was very passive last game. I think she can do more here. We could go Stewart. We could plug Mabers in here. I know we already posted something with Mabry, so I'm not trying to double down on that too much. Let's see. Boston 11.5. That's, I believe, a 2.5. It's not bad. Well, let's actually real fast. How you feeling about the Beckers 24.5 PRA? That seems like a easy hit, right?
I always like Paige. I mean, she does it all, like you say. The Army knife.
Yeah. Well,
It's just
Swiss
about her
Army
line,
knife.
just about her line and the total and all that extra stuff. I haven't sat there and stared at the lines long enough to know, but I know you do, so I'm with it.
God, they just keep bumping miles up, man.
They should. People are starting to look at that now. But that's why I like it when we get a day ahead of time and they put the props up early. We get the good value. We're going to get that every time. That's why you guys should jump in the Discord too. Or at least sub to the channel here, because we'll throw out some little videos off and on. You get notified when we see some value too. Fred said playing Miles over 10 points and Page over 20 points. So he's going with the 20 points. So he's putting a lot of faith in Paige there with the 20. She was the whole damn Dallas team last year. Yeah, Paige was the whole team. Paige is dope. It's just, does she want to drive and take all the shots today or not? It's basically what it seems like to me. She's just so popular that her lines are going to be like Caitlyn lines. They're just going to be up there, you know? Starfall, what's up, bro? Starfall, what's up, bro? Starfall says, do you like Natasha Howard over rebounds? Oh, you're looking at Malanga. Uh-oh, he found it. Everyone stop. Let me stop the music for you, E. Now that you found that, I'm going to stop the music because I know this is important.
We got something. Woo-woo.
He got his play, folks. He got his play, folks. Now, what is it paying out? Shit. If you play it with a taco, is it decent?
2.6. Could be worse. For basically triple discount.
Halish Ambino says no FUD. She got ruled out. No FUD today. There, by the way. Thank you for that info.
What? She went from questionable to probable to out
to bye-bye.
Okay. Well, I mean, hey, that should help out our starters here for a little bit more. I mean, that will keep Odyssey Sims on the court a little bit longer now, so it's something to consider. Maybe kind of a boost for her points again. I wouldn't be surprised to see this bump back up to 10.5 then. Well, that's going to secure at least minutes more for Paige too. I mean, she should go out and play the entire game, so feeling even better about that.
The alt play for Paige. What's her normal PRA? It's around 30.
It's 29.5. I mean, that was pretty generous.
That's a big discount there. So if you put that with the taco, what do you get? Or do you want to put Malanga with the taco now?
I mean, I don't want to add a third one because, we try and stay away from that, but something to get this at least like to a 2.5 would be nice.
And Malanga wasn't going to do that, huh?
No, I mean, Yeah, yes. The other one would have put it at 2.5 or 2.6 or whatever. But is it worth taking the small
No.
discount for that, and then
Uh-uh.
over something like Miles at 9.5 points? Like, would that just be better?
I don't know. I didn't know if you were trying to find a play with the taco only or not. Now that we can't put the tacos on the desktop version, which is ridiculous. So are you just trying to find a good 2-pick, or what are you doing here?
I mean, it's probably gonna have to be a 3-pick to honestly get it at a better value, unless we just straight up play a full prop. I mean, I don't mind this either. 2.7 for that. What you thinking? What you thinking over there? Top of the goose.
Man, I like Malanga. I don't really like alts on Prizepicks in general unless we have a taco going for us and we have the value,
Right.
So,
Which we kind of do. We kind of do.
with that being said, I just leave the gray taco and play one thing. Whatever your favorite alt is. Is it Page? Is it Malanga? Just Fred says Page
Probably.
over 19.5 is plus money on FanDuel. Is that a discount? I mean, is that a different value? I never look at Page really, honestly, because her lines are always going to be right there. So she's so popular.
Yeah, they got her plus money.
Yeah. So see, I think he was talking about combining a 20 plus with another play. That's what I was saying. Like, really, in my opinion, the way I like to do stuff is there's no need to add a second play unless you're on fantasy sites and you have to. But if you like Page, I just play the plus money 19.5 and be happy with it.
You can see the Underdog's already starting to pre-price her. She's down to 28.5 PRA, so this will likely come down. I mean, they have juice on all unders for her right now. I mean, you look at the individual stuff. This is all unders. All right, maybe pump the brakes on Page. I'm not liking the vibes from that.
Okay. Yeah, Page is dope, but shared lines are always going to be right on that level, which doesn't feel like it's going to be value usually. That's just the way I look at Page. I love Page. Don't get me wrong. I got Page rookie cards sitting behind me. I'm excited about Page's game, but prop wise, I don't know. She's so everyone loves her. Their lines are always going to be a little unreachable for long-term profit, I would think.
All right. Fuck it. We're just going to take the easy way out. Give me a 14.5. Old Mabers.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, man. Mabry, Malanga, Alicia Gray.
With Lil Malanga too?
I mean, if it's giving us enough money, is it getting us a good payout here? You like her points? What was that 19.5? I didn't see the payout. Was it shit?
Oh, that's a good question.
Must have been super shit, huh? Or you would have locked it in. I thought you were going to be super excited seeing that.
I mean 2.8 for the 3. 0.1 less from the straight up points.
I'm confused. Sorry, maybe I'm behind. I was looking at other stuff. Why do you have 3 in there right now?
That's what I just asked you, silly.
What? What'd you ask me? This is like yesterday when you asked me about the $50. Say it again. Say it again.
Yeah. So I mean, we could either run it with Mabry or with Malanga. Either one of those. It will be a 2.3 or 2.1.
Gotcha. That's tough. But I think it's like you said before, because we already have Mabry, we might as well roll with Malanga over there, even though the payout's not the best. I mean, good shot at hits though. Great shot at hits. If you have those tacos where you can put $25-$30 on it, I don't know what you have. I know I can't. So it doesn't excite me, but other people who have $25-$30, I mean, it's worth putting it out there, at least to me. You got a good shot to go 1.1x your money. I guess you say 2.1x your money. Nothing wrong with that, man. It's a good chance it hits. The only way Malanga doesn't hit that is if she gets in foul trouble. And we're at 30 likes, guys. Man, you guys are dope.
True.
We're happy, man. We're happy. We're getting our YouTube people back. We appreciate you guys. Seeing some faces from last season as well. That's what's up, man. Antoine Anthony 1761. Welcome, sir. Says Enrique over 21 PRA seems like a robbery to me. Enrique had a great first game. Starfall also says Miles 4.5 assists is a great goblin. That's interesting too. We know she had 16 potentials. He likes it. Starfall, he likes it. I saw how he just made that face. I know he's faces. 4.5. Now what's the payout? What's the payout though?
I mean, it's for too big. It's gonna be shit. It's 1.9.
I know it's only $2 difference, but you put in the right amount there at least. I mean, we're talking small amounts here, so it's not that big of a deal, but might as well do the best you can on every play, right? Damn, E32 likes, they just keep coming. You guys are sick today. We're at 57 people watching. Guys, we're up there today. We love it. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll kind of figure this out. I mean, honestly, I think any of those combinations totally fine. You can go with Paige here, the PRA, Mabry's points, Miles, her PA, even if you missed that. We did have that in a slip already, so that's why we're trying not to post another one with the same thing. Her PA is still available, her points, anything like that. The other one would be, I will say Carla, even her 9.5 points, I think totally fair. Kind of surprised to see her go up to 15.5 points, I will say, but 9.5 points, totally doable.
I go Malonga, bro. If you're asking me, I'm Malonga. I'm team Malonga right now. 29.5. She's getting that, bro. She got in foul trouble. That's the only reason her points are down. We're getting value on her because she got in foul trouble last game. That's what I want to do. Value. Now,
no Paige, just Malonga.
Paige is awesome, but the payout's probably not worth what we need her to do. That's just my opinion. I could be off, but that's how I see it. I don't follow Paige, like I said. I don't follow her enough to want to play her props. I don't ever play Paige. Just throwing that out there. Caitlyn either. Sorry. They're wonderful, amazing players. I just can't. They're too high. They're always too high. And we're at 34 likes. Goodness me.
All right. Well, we'll kind of let you, to each their own on this aspect.
Yeah.
We got plenty of stuff that you guys compare with that. So make sure if you haven't got any of this stuff in already, get to it. We're always going to have the overnight and early access in the Discord. So make sure, again, you guys check it out. Still running the 7-day free trial for that. A lot of stuff going on. I think you were a little gun shy about MPB tonight, probably mostly a fade.
It's a fade on Prizepicks, but if they throw something up on Underdog, there's a few potential things that I think could pop up at the right lines. But the problem is there's no lines still at 3:10 p.m. West Coast time, and that means they might not have any props. So, but anyways, if anyone was watching this, I know you had Alicia Gray up at 17.5 points. I know people might think that that's the play, but really you were just putting that up there to show the taco. Since we can't show the taco, we weren't really on Alicia Gray 17.5 points. Yeah. Just throwing that out there in case you guys are joining late or didn't understand that.
Yes, I appreciate that. I definitely meant to mention that several times. Hopefully we can get this figured out. I'm fairly confident this is a Prizepicks thing, though, that they're just not showing the desktop, because I know you even have the same problem too. So a bit annoying, but we will figure it out nonetheless. Don't you guys worry. Yeah. I think we're all caught up on questions and everything. Do we have anything else?
I think we're good to go, man. Sean says, too hot figuratively or realistically on Paige and Caitlyn. My thing with them is I love them both, and I think they're both amazing. I just think that when you have players like that most people bet on, little thing, I've been doing this for a certain amount of time now and putting all my energy and all my time into this for some years, and we just noticed players that are hot like that, meaning everyone wants to bet on them, they're on every commercial, etc., their lines are going to be a little too high. So because everyone wants to bet their overs, so they're going to get you regardless. So I just don't look at that. That's not the way I personally do it. I want value. I want to find Olivia Miles. I want to find Malonga. lines that are just a little too low, and that's how we make money, man. So that's my little thought about that. Antoine Anthony 1761 says, hey y'all, what's up, bro? What's happening, sir?
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, it's just, for something that we have been doing this for a minute, obviously. For us, a lot of the times, we're not trying to pick, is a player going to get there, yes or no? Like, I don't want a coin flip. I don't want, your Asia Wilsons of the world, where she was extremely popular the first 2 days just on name value alone, and matchup, was pretty terrible. And then she had a good matchup, and the game was just not close, so she didn't, wasn't able to get there. But you get a lot of players that are like this, where they go out, they play massive amount of minutes, they have massive amount of usage, and their lines are going to reflect that. Or you have something where, New York, for example, at least their inflated lines make sense because they're missing a lot of players. Like, there's no other options for them. So by nature, that makes a lot of sense. Whereas, not trying to chase something that just, is a player going to get there, yes or no? Like, you might as well go flip a coin and try and do something like that, because it's basically what you're playing. So having that little bit of edge, a little bit of something like that is really going to go a long way. And something, kind of game plan for you want to find the unique things, not the everything that everyone's playing.
Right. And you got to remember, a lot of people just play for fun. Where we're not playing for fun. It's fun to win. That'll bring the fun. So, a lot of people want to cheer for Paige, and a lot of people want to cheer for Caitlin. I do, but I don't want to cheer for them to go over their points. I'll find something else to bet on them, take their team or etc., whatever we can find. But, there's just things, man. There's traps, and the way bookies are, they know how people's minds work, and they prey on that, and that's whack. And that's not what I want to see. So I want to hope that, we can all figure out ways to win. And there's a lot of little tricks they use on us mentally. It's a lot of it's mental. So anyways, long story, less long. Cordero says, Sims points over looks good. Now that's an interesting play because Sims is a low point total. And her props were higher yesterday, like you said. Now it's down to 10 flat. Is it even 9.5 sometimes? And Antoine agrees. He says Paige props suck. They don't suck, but they're just tough, man. They're hard to find value.
Yeah, she is down to 9.5. I kind of half expected this to bump back up. Yeah, I like it, honestly. I wasn't even that mad at the 10.5 yesterday, but now with Fudd being out, I think that at least secures some more minutes for her just overall. The volume was decent this last game. I mean, this is definitely something that we've seen when she is taking double-digit field goal attempts. Pretty easy to get there in a majority of her games. Now, her hitting 2 threes is a bit of an exception. That will not happen too often, but she's taking them, so I do like to see that. I like the good mixed bag shooter. We like to free those threes and from the field. The only thing that I would have a slight worry about is matching size on the other side with Atlanta could be somewhat of a problem for her. So this could totally be a situation where we see them kind of kick her out as far as being in the rotation and slot in Maddie Siegrist a little bit more, and or Isaiah James, who again has been playing really well off the bench for them. Sims is tiny. I mean, she's only 5'8", and I think this could be somewhat problematic for them as far as like trying to match that on the other side, because if we have that front court and even the back court for that matter that are out there, I mean, Atlanta is a massive team. Like, this team is massive. Canada's their smallest player by far. So if she's having to go out there and guard like Ryan Howard or even Gray, she might lose out on minutes in that aspect. But if she's playing well, coach is going to leave her out there. She's going to do most of her damage in the first half. So I think you'll know by half if you're pacing well or not. If you're needing her in the second half, that could be kind of pushing it, because she does kind of disappear in the second half. But I'm not mad at it. Fudd being out, I think, kind of tips the hat in favor of it now.
Yeah, that's a big point. No Fudd. I don't love it, but I could see it. I don't like relying on her. Like you said, she disappears sometimes, and I don't know, not my favorite, but you could definitely get there. She's definitely capable.
You just got to hit it while the iron's hot, man. I mean, she does this every single year where she'll heat up, she'll have a couple of phenomenal games, and then she just falls off the face of the earth. And then she comes back, does it again.
And then she's on a different team and does the same thing again the next year.
Yeah. And a lot of that happened in this matchup, too. I mean, she had great game, terrible game.
It's weird. It's weird because I remember her last year. I forget which team she was even on. Was it the same team? I don't know. I think it was last year. And the coach was like, she was talking at halftime and they were asking her, what's going on? She was balling. They were like, Coach told me to just chuck today or from now on type of thing. So I don't know. Sometimes she does. Sometimes she doesn't. She had, what is that, 11 field goals attempts?
Yeah.
I mean, she went 8 for 11, so her points are inflated here. But, I mean, you need 10. It's not a lot. You need a couple of her shots to fall and you're there. So, it can happen.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, you'll know in the first half if you're pacing or not, because she's either going to go way over it or she's going to come way short of it.
Yep, and if you bet it, hopefully she goes over for you if you did put it in there.
Also, don't sleep on her fantasy. I mean, she's definitely a block steal getter too, and there will be some kind of secondary playmaking that we'll see out of her. She's not the worst on the glass either. She'll get you 2 rebounds.
She'll get you 2 rebounds with her 5'7" self. Yeah, no, she's a baller, actually. She's a baller for her size for sure. Gianna0510 says, think Reese under 29.5 PRA. Tough matchup with Shepard and Alana Smith. Alana Smith? I always forget how to say it. It's Alana. Alana Smith, yeah. Shepard, tough matchup. Reese under. I love unders. 29.5 PRA. What do you think, though? It's Reese. She's tough.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fair line for her. The scoring matchup aspect scares me a little bit. I would not be surprised to see her have a pretty good game scoring-wise, but the rebounds could be a little suspect. I mean, that's something personally we try to avoid in this particular matchup. I know that 4.5 offensive rebounds probably look really good, all those last 5 bars, but this matchup could kind of check that. Shepard's not going to be easy walkover. She's not going to foul her a whole lot. I mean, in best case scenario, she gets a ton of free throws from Alana fouling, but outside of that, I think Shepard likely is going to see majority of coverage on her, and then they'll just throw whoever else, whether that be Maddie or Alana at Nas on the side.
All right. Antoine says he hates taking overs. I'm so with it, bro. I hate overs. I'm dreaming that we wake up one day with these alt unders and underdog, but until then, we got to find some alts and some silly mess up plays like Sims and Laney like yesterday. Just ride it out.
Yeah, exactly. Don't donate. No donations. We're already up good money to start the week. And, obviously in the Discord, we're doing a little bit better than that from last night. So make sure you guys, again, be a part of it. Come check it out. Still running the 7-day free trial down below, so don't miss out on it. But it is 20 after, so let's go ahead and get out of here. We got games starting up in what's... no way. It started at 8? Oh my God! Never mind. I thought we were getting ready to start up.
Yay! You got another hour to more dabs for you. E. Good job.
Yes.
Gianna says also looked at her matchups against Dallas, and she was under 5 of 6 games.
Yeah. Boston. I mean, great example of that last game. Snapped off in the scoring and then missed the rebounding line.
I don't know how to pronounce this, but I will say Karan. I'm terrible at this. Karan, I'll just say, let me know if I'm wrong. He said, just joined. Did I miss it? Karan?
Latang
works. Yay! Just joined. Did I miss? Well, those are the plays we're on there.
Yeah. You can pause the video or run it back as soon as we hop off. We are actually about 20 minutes after our usual streaming schedule or streaming time, so we're just kind of hanging out with you guys for a minute. But we are going to get out of here. You can find all this stuff also being recapped in the Discord, so make sure and check it out. Pause the video, screenshot it real fast so you can pull it off from there too. But make sure if you haven't, hit that like and subscribe. We appreciate the support as always. But we're going to get out of here, get ready for tonight, and we got a big day tomorrow as well. So good luck with all your bets tonight. We're going to be back tomorrow for the live stream at the usual time. Don't miss out, and we'll see you guys later. Peace.
Just cash.
Fuck you, Prizepicks! I hate you. Fuck you, Prizepicks! I hate you. Fuck you, Prizepicks! I hate you. Fuck you, Prizepicks!
But I'm had enough.